Hello and welcome to another Dofus video. I apologise in advance if my voice is a little different than usual. I do have a little bit of a cold at the moment, but hopefully I'll be over that soon. So, today what I want to talk about are two ways that you can make karmas in Dofus. So the first one that we're going to focus on is placing a Perceptor, or a perk as most people call them. What you'll need is a Perceptor summoning potion. You'll need to be a subscriber, I believe, because you can't place them in the free-to-play areas, and you also have to be part of a guild where you have the rights to place a perk. So I have my own guild here called Subscribe, hopefully people do, and on the customization page you can see here my perk has 160 prospecting at the moment. So what that means is that every time when you place a perk, every time someone fights in the area, so currently I am in the countryside, so once someone fights in this area here and my perk acts as an extra character where his prospecting will be added onto the end. It used to be that the perk was could steal items off of you, so that used to be really bad for dungeon runs. But now what they do is they act as another player, and it's 140 or whatever prospecting on top. So what that means is once we can go back here, you can see that he can carry 1000 pods. You can upgrade all these things once your guild levels up. So or you can also level up the spells, which I don't do because if he gets if somebody fights him, he's gonna die anyway. So what I'll do is I'm going to place one and I'm going to fight some stuff and then show you how it works and how you can collect it. The basic idea is that the perk potion costs about 30 to 35,000 karmas per potion. So you definitely want to be getting a lot more than that, and you also get XP towards your guild for every time someone fights in that area. So what I'll do is I'll place one, so I'll just right click use and you can see it will be loading. Go all the way to the top and you can see that I've placed it at 6-4, so I'll fight for a little bit and come back and you can speak and you can see what your perk has collected. Now I've collected a lot of stuff. It's been about an hour that I've been fighting things in this little Makna countryside, and I've actually been able to do about 200 KK in that time. And now what we'll do is we'll have a look at what my perk has collected. You can actually, I won't do it, but you can put your mouse over your minimap and there was a little coin with a hand and you can see how much your perk has collected. So what we'll do is we'll speak, and so he's got almost 2000 experience, 343 pods, so you could still definitely go a lot more, almost 3 times that amount. And he's got 108,000 karmas of items on him. No, that's not always true. The average price is not always accurate, but we'll just go with that. So this is what the perk has dropped in about an hour while I've been fighting, while watching some videos. So you can see it's about 108,000 karmas that he's estimated inventory that he's gained while I was fighting stuff in the area. So we'll transfer all those items, we'll take them. And then once we close that, the perk will disappear. It will say in your guild that you've collected the items. So in about an hour I made a little under 300,000 karmas. So it's not a bad rate of return if you're doing something else while fighting. It definitely depends on the area that you're in. I found that it depends on how much prospecting you need to drop items. So things that need high prospecting to drop, you're probably not going to drop too many, and also depends on the price of the items that you're dropping as well. So there is a little bit of thought that has to go into it, but you can definitely make karma. So for that it took me an hour, also cost me about 30,000 I think it was. I paid for the potions on average, so to get 270,000 karmas back in an hour isn't too bad while watching some YouTube videos. So we'll get on to the second method that I use to also make money, and be back in just a second. So the second method that I use are arch monsters. So the way you capture these are you need small soul stones. For a lot of the ones that I've captured are the perfect small soul stones. You can get other ones that are level 100 and 150. Most of the arch monsters that I've seen in the lower levels are level 50 or lower. So what you need to do is the highest level monster in that mob has to be under the level of your soul spell. So what the soul stone. So say you're fighting a monster and its level is 23 and the top monster in that mob that you're fighting is level 40, you can use a 50 power soul stone to capture all those monsters, and then you can go to the soul stone market in Bonta or Brakmar and you can sell that soul stone, and each arch monster is actually worth a different value. It depends on the quest, depends on how hard it is to drop that monster, and it can be a good way to make karmas while you're doing other mobs, fighting mobs. So while you're fighting the mobs in a certain area to get karmas and items on your perk, you can actually come across arch monsters, which I did actually in the previous part of the video where I was fighting to get the drops on the perk. I actually saw a monster called Matt Mush the Flasher, and I'm not sure on his price, but the soul stones don't cost a huge amount of money. The perfect small soul stones sell for about I think they were 2,000 karmas per stone, and so it cost me about 2,000 karmas for that, and then I can sell them anywhere from 30,000-40,000, and I've sold them up to 200,000 karmas per soul stone. So that obviously depends on how hard the monsters are to kill and to capture, and you will need the soul spell capture. It is called soul capture. You can either do you can actually drop that one, or you can buy that. I've just bought it. It's a lot quicker that way, and you need to use that, and then you've got, I think, 5 turns to capture the soul in your soul stone. You can go to the market and sell it and make karmas. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.